It's May 22nd, 2020.
This is Nerd Bourbon episode 155. I am Seth Sturgill.
And I'm Todd Sturgill.
Todd, it's a new week. It's a brand new week. It's a whole new world we're living.
Oh, for you it is. It's the same for me. My life hasn't changed.
I'm back to work. The Snyder Cut is being released.
yeah, I saw that. I won't lie to you. I'm kind of down to see it.
Here's my thing, because this has been a huge campaign for God knows how long, right? Release the Snyder Cut. Fucking, it wasn't the movie that he wanted to put out there. I'm like, so now you're gonna get the Snyder Cut finally after all this time campaigning.
What if it's shit?
What if it sucks? What if it's worse? What then?
But on the off chance that it is better, cool.
Yeah, he said something like he's dumped another like $20 million into it or something like that, and it's gonna be a 4-hour long cut. I'm just like, I don't know.
I got time to watch a 4-hour movie.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I'm a little bit bummed out. I guess is it gonna be an HBO exclusive or whatever?
I think it was HBO Max or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be exclusive to that. So I mean, maybe
I think they plan on doing it as like a 6-part like a mini series with it. Essentially,
is that right?
I that's what I read.
That sucks. If that's true, that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not
stupid.
too big. I'm not that big of a fan of that idea, but
I must have missed that part. I just kind of took a precursory glance.
I did the same thing, but I guess I picked up that because I pick up dumb shit.
Wow. All right then. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at this. The film will feature extensive retooling, including additional dialogue with the actors and new visual effects with a cost rumored to be somewhere between 20 and 30 million.
So are they dead ass having to bring them all back and like actually do new shit?
I don't know. But yeah, I'm seeing here what you're talking about. There's also a chance the Snyder Cut could be presented as a mini-series instead of a singular movie. I guess Snyder was saying it will be an entirely new thing, and especially talking to those who have seen the released movie, a new experience apart from that movie. You probably saw 1/4 of what I did. I'm like, all right. I'm just so sick of look, I liked Batman v Superman just fine, and Justice League and whatever just fine. That's all good. It was good.
Do technically, with the Batman v Superman, I do actually prefer the extended cut. I don't know if you've seen it.
I actually haven't.
So I do like certain things that the extended cut does. Give some more detail to certain scenes.
I thought Justice League was fun, but to be honest, the stuff in Justice League that I thought worked is the stuff that I don't think Zack Snyder had anything to do with. So, I don't know. I just, maybe this is a controversial opinion, but I just don't think Zack Snyder's that good of a director, personally.
We think we've had this discussion before.
I think we have. I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse. I like his movies fine. I think he's an incredible visionary. I think his movies look amazing, but I don't think he tells a great story. But
yeah. I mean, we've talked about that.
So 4 hours of his storytelling, I don't know that I'm on board with that. However, on the topic of DC and Batman segue, there are new episodes of Relapse that are currently happening, for those that don't know. This time about the Nolan Batman trilogy. There will be no Snyder cut of those movies. There will be no Snyder cut of those episodes of Relapse. The first 2 episodes are currently live. So the Batman Begins and the Dark Knight episodes of Relapse currently up and ready for your listening pleasure. The final episode on The Dark Knight Rises coming soon. So just wanted to pimp that out a little bit. Todd, what have you been playing?
A lot of the same shit. I'm going to start with...
So May It Ever Be.
Yeah, I'm going to start with the main game. I'm not going to say main game, but it's the game I'm still wading through the shit with is Neo 2. I'm basically grinding out to level 300 before the DLC comes out.
When does that come out?
Actually comes out June or July, actually.
Okay.
The first DLC comes out. There's supposed to be 3. I think it comes out in June or July, if I remember correctly. And then, so yeah, I'm like kind of like, as soon as I hit 300, I'm probably going to put a stop on it. And I'm like right around there. I think I'm like 290 now, 284 or something like that. There's a really easy farmable mission that they recently added to where you get like 7 mil a mission.
Okay.
And that's, I mean, granted, I need like 20 mil a level, so it works out. It's the mission where, I think I told you about it, they added that's actually something. That happened actually, I think, after we recorded. So yeah, Neo actually had a little update. They added like a good amount of missions.
Oh, right. Yeah, you told me about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So they added a bunch of new missions. Kind of shit. They added a couple of them were like boss rushes and shit. And it takes me back to some Neo 1 sort of bullshit. One of them goes on for far too long. I gotta say that. But the one that I'm doing involves the like dojo mission. Like basically fight all of them in like quick succession. Like kill one, boom, another one comes out, keep going. But that's the one that's really easy. Like you fly through like all seven of them pretty quickly if you have a decent build. And I've been farming that. Just put on some music and just chill. Other than that, still been playing a little bit of Modern Warfare. Just brainlessly killing shit with my boys, the best pistols in the game, the Renettis.
Doing those solos?
I haven't. I did talk about wanting to start playing Warzone again. I have not touched it yet.
Okay.
I do want to start playing Warzone again. And shit, I kind of want to start playing Apex again. I'm in a battle royale sort of mood.
Okay.
I don't know. Who knows if that'll actually happen. But to the meat.
Before you move on, let me ask you, I wanted to get your take on this. Just real quick. So, our mutual friend of the show, Tyler, he left a comment on episode 153 that I wanted to get your take on. You being a big For Honor fan.
Uh-huh.
You being a very well-versed For Honor fan. You play that game more frequently than anybody else I know.
Yeah. I come back to it occasionally.
Yeah, you've probably played that game like...
I've probably put like 15, 20 hours, if not more.
Well, I'm saying you've probably played that game like within the past few months, right?
Probably the last four months, maybe.
So this is what I'm curious about, because Tyler and I think, both kind of dropped off of it relatively quick. He said that last he played was a year or so after the game came out. Of course, I'd only played the game for like a handful of months, and I kind of dropped it.
Mm-hmm.
He left a comment that said, For Honor pretends to have good combat and then completely T-bones you with unblockable attacks, level and item advantages, and cheap animation cancels.
Okay. All right. So, the gear shit's actually not as prevalent now.
Yeah, I thought they patched a lot of that stuff.
So, he hasn't played the game. Granted, I will say this. Back then, if you, like, playing against higher level people was dog shit. Like, they had, like, the real good, like, gear that would fuck you up. That's not as prevalent now. Granted, the unblockable attacks are there. You're supposed to technically dodge them, but I'm not going to, like... There's a lot of... The animation canceling, I'm assuming he's talking about, like, the feints and all that. But
Yeah.
That's a part of the combat in general. Like, I won't lie to you, like, it's... Like, high-level For Honor play is, like, hilarious to me. Because it just looks stupid. Because it is essentially, like, them going from, like, fainting... it's fucking stupid.
Just doing, like, quick little feint animation cancels and rolling around and shit.
It's the dumbest shit. Like, I never got that good with that level of combat, because like to me it's funny is like you actually, it's like the thing with like, it's like the shit with guns, everybody doing the whole butterfly shit.
So maybe maybe he's technically right in a way. Maybe For Honor doesn't actually have good combat, it just feels good on a casual level.
Yes, I think that's a good way to look at it. I think there are good things about For Honor. It really does boil down to because high level shit is hilarious to me, because it's just really high level For Honor is essentially fainting and guard breaks. That's essentially what it is.
So I don't know, maybe he's ultimately right on the high end of For Honor play.
Now the whole thing with the gear advantage, that shit's basically killed. That shit got killed with not recently, but within the past like year.
Okay.
So. Because I jump back into it actually around that time, like because I read that they did that. I'm like, oh shit, because that was one of my main issues with the game. Because I'm like, I the only time you really get away from that is doing duel and brawl, where they basically turn off the gear.
Well, I remember reading that's from that big expansion they did, right?
Yes. I think
Yeah.
the I forget the name, Marching Fire or some shit like that.
Right.
But the thing with that is, like, you basically got, like, forced into playing, like, Duel and Brawl, essentially, if you wanted to, like, not have any of the gear shit, like, really be prevalent.
Okay.
But now, again, there's still gear. There's still, like, gear stats and all that, but it's not, like, anything, like, super noticeable. It's not anything, like, crazy.
Okay. Interesting. I was curious to get your take on that because I answered him on YouTube there on the comment, but I was, I'm not the For Honor fan you are, so I wanted to get your take on it here on the show because he does listen. So shout out to Tyler. Wanted to get your take on that. Anyway, continue on because I'm excited to hear what you have to say. I know you've been playing some Doom Eternal.
How dare you? How dare you take away my introduction to that?
How dare you not let me say the title?
You ignorant fucking bitch. Because first you interrupt me for this dog shit For Honor conversation.
Well, tell you what, I will give you some seconds of silence to let it escape your lips if you'd like.
Silence now. So the meat of what I've been playing now, Doom Eternal. Fuck you, Seth.
There you go. There you go.
So yeah, I've definitely been playing more Doom. Things I have to say about this game. This game's harder than Doom 2016.
Now, why do you think that is? Is that just because of the amount of options you have now?
Yeah, I think that's essentially why they kind of, like, in my opinion, definitely feels like enemies hit a little harder, and they're really doing this whole thing where, like, every enemy has, like, a fucking, like, weak point that you have to, like. That's one thing they really love doing in this game. Is I need to turn that shit off because it's actually starting to annoy me.
What's
like,
that?
Oh, this is like fucking like tutorial shit on the side every time an enemy pops up.
Oh yeah, okay.
So that's annoying. It's like cyber mancubuses. You got to use a blood punch. I don't think blood punch was in Doom 2016. That's a new thing.
Man cubby.
Yeah, so blood punch is a new mechanic where if you do 2 glory kills in succession, you get a charge of a blood punch, and that's just a massive just AoE melee essentially when you hit someone.
That's new.
Yeah, so that's a cyber man cubby's like you basically fuck their entire armor right off them in one punch instead of having to shoot it down. And like revenants, like you like take down their 2 turrets on their back, or this fucking arachna, whatever the fuck, stupid ass. It's the name I talk shit about. It was the dumbest name I've heard. I don't remember what it was called. It was like the arachna some shit.
I don't remember.
It's like stupid spider fuck. It's like take out the turret on its back. It's like all right.
Oh, Arachnotron.
Yes, there it is. Arachnotron. Dumb as hell.
That's a pretty dumb name, yeah.
But yeah, it's I mean, there's like this, like I don't think they needed to add it, but they added a hub to the game.
Right, I remember. So how does that work?
It's weird. So yeah, you go there between missions, obviously, and like there's things you can unlock in the hub. Like there's like you get these sentry batteries as you're playing through the game, and you can like use those sentry batteries to open parts of the ship, or the Doom Fortress as it's fucking called.
So wait. Is it a floating like castle, like a fortress?
Essentially, yes.
Oh my god! And you're in space?
Yes.
God bless. That makes me happy.
It's like the level of stupidity that you expect from like Doom and shit. So yeah, it's called the Doom Fortress, and there is like a dead ass. You have a room in there, and like that's where all like the collectibles and shit you find are in.
I'm looking at the wiki page where it literally the Fortress of Doom.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it just looks so dumb. I love it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's something I actually unlocked one of the skins recently that I'm using. I look like a gladiator.
Oh, nice. Wait, hang on. You can unlock skins?
Yes.
For your first-person character?
Yes. You can see it in cutscenes.
Jesus. How many cutscenes are there?
More than you realize in this one.
Wow. Because the Doom 2016 did not have many cutscenes.
So this one is more story-focused.
Really?
You do get some some sweet, sweet lore. There's audio logs and shit.
Really? I don't know that I like that.
I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's needed. I'll be honest. Like, I'm having fun with the game, but there's parts where I'm like,
Well, what was so cool about Doom 2016 is the lore was there, but you kind of had, it's like Dark Souls. You had to dig for it, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't
there's audio,
right there.
There's audio files that you'll. I don't know if I've been missing the shit out of them. I just recently noticed it, and I just recently got this one from like a scientist saying like he's very much human, talking about the Slayer, and it's like he's very much human, but there's unknown bullshit in his crap, and I think you end up seeing from what I know about the game, you do get into like how the Slayer comes to be in this game.
Interesting.
So I'm not that far in. I'm maybe 4 or 5 missions in, if that. Definitely enjoy a couple of the weapons that I've gotten so far. Dude, the chain gun. I don't know if the chain gun was in Doom 2016.
I think there was a chain gun.
I don't know if they had this weapon mod though, where it has an energy shield, and I love it.
Oh no, definitely not.
Dude. Energy shield, and then you can like spec it to like you can just dash into them while the shield's up and knock motherfuckers.
Nice.
Like there's some dumb shit, and I respect it.
That sounds good.
Oh, I love it. Like again, Doom's like one of those weapons. Like Doom's one of those games where I'm just like I don't even give a shit what weapon's out. I just use whatever like I have ammo for. But then this one kind of does have to like force you into using a certain weapon if you want to do certain like weak point things. So there's a problem.
Just turn your brain off, go swinging dick Primal Warrior until they force you.
That's the thing with this one is like there's like you can't you can do that, but there's parts of the game that want you to like think a little more with the whole weak point shit. And I'm like, I don't know if I want that. I just want to brainlessly kill demons.
I heard there's a lot of like puzzles and platforming and stuff also.
Oh Lord,
in this one.
yes, they love that shit. They love their little climb mechanic. They love it. They love it so fucking much. I'm sitting there. I'm like, so this actually, like, as soon as I was jumped off to record this. I'm like, well, I walk out and there's like a open window. I'm like, all right, where the fuck am I going? I'm like looking out. I'm like, there's like a fucking airplane, like a cockpit. Like I'm looking right at it. I'm like, okay, am I jumping on you? I jumped on it. And I was like, I see nothing. I jump back. I look down. I'm like, oh, there's the stupid climbing thing below it. Let me drop and dash into it like a fucking asshole. They love it. They love the whole climbing shit. They're really proud of that.
All right.
But I'll say the movement is great in the game. They give you like the two dashes pretty early on, the double jumps there from the start. Like the movement is pretty fluid, and you're just fucking dashing around, fucking shit up. The super shotgun with the meat hook is so good.
Oh, that's the juice right there.
Dude, I got this fucking it's like a one shot, like I forget what it's called, man. It's basically just think of like an energy crossbow. That's the best way to describe it.
Oh, I love it.
One of the mods is called the Blade of Destruction. You charge it up and it just shoots a fucking energy blade. I actually did it on one of those arachnotrons. Cut that motherfucker in half. I'm like, oh,
nice.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it sounds like to me, it sounds like this game sort of got a little too big for its britches.
I think they're trying to do a little too much, in my opinion. Like, I kind of like the simplicity of Doom 2016.
Right.
This is coming from somebody that recently played, like the worst Doom, which is Doom 3.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, I love the simplicity of Doom 2016. And it's just like, I got no issue with like certain like little additions, but let Doom be Doom, damn it.
Yeah, I mean, like make small advancements and stuff like that, but it doesn't need to be. It sounds like this is almost a totally different game.
Dude, there's a lot of shit going on, dude. There's a lot of shit.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to playing it one day.
I think that's all I really have to say about Doom. I might have like more thoughts once I beat it, but yeah. Apparently I hit a 3-star rating and
oh, right. Yeah. We need to talk about that, of course. Got your 3-star rating finally in Animal Crossing.
It's funny as I'll be honest, I feel like I've had it for a lot longer. I just haven't talked to Isabel.
Oh, so was that the deal? You just finally decided to talk to her today and
yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I haven't done a town evaluation in like fucking like 3-4 days.
Yeah, you might have been sitting on it for a little bit then.
Yeah, I've been decorating. I've been decorating my little island.
Well, good job. You'll have KK Slider in your town tomorrow. When you turn on the game, you can finally get into the end game, get your terramorphing.
Yeah.
Yeah, or terraforming. You'll get to shape Hobo Isle to your bidding.
I will be the god of Hobo Isle.
Now you can play the game.
Shit, right? That's funny.
Yeah, no, but Animal Crossing's been the main thing for me. Did you do the stamp rally?
I didn't give a shit. I didn't care.
It's fine. It's just kind of whatever, to be honest. You literally just go through the museum, go to the various like stamp kiosks, fill your little stamp card, and he gives you a plaque.
Give a fuck.
Pretty tame. It's cool.
Fuck you, Blathers, you piece of shit.
It's a pretty tame little event. Whatever. It's something to do, I guess. But
for the record, you didn't get a T-Rex tail for me today.
Son of a bitch! No, it's alright.
I'm sorry. I was hoping I'd have one for you.
It's alright. Next time, do better. No, it's fine. It's a little distraction, is what it is. What's annoying about it is there's no like ultimate reward. It's literally the same. You can do it every day if you want to, but you get the same reward if you do it every day. So
that's dog shit.
We'll see. I'm sure the game. I mean, look, I've already put so much goddamn time into that game, and like the fact that it's only just now starting to kind of slow down for me is impressive. So now that I'm some 330 hours in. So yeah. We got the wedding event coming up. The month of the wedding event starts in June or whatever, and so there's going to be more on the horizon. Looking forward to seeing what they do for 4th of July. Gonna have to decorate my little outdoor venue for 4th of July. Other than that, yeah, just more Wonderful 101 Remastered. That game is finally starting to kind of click with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking it a lot. I'm having fun with it. Although I will say, I'm kind of looking for something like more, because I looked up how many missions there are in the Wonderful 101, and I'm like halfway done with the game already. And once that comes out, I've got Shantae and Bug Fables coming out at the end of the month, and those aren't going to be very long. They're just little indie games. And other than that, I'm kind of, this time next month I'll have The Last of Us Part 2, but like from now really until then, I don't have anything like substantial. So part of me is kind of thinking about picking up something else, but I don't know if I don't want to bite off more than I can chew. Now that I've started work again, and I don't know when D&D is going to pick back up and stuff. So I don't want to bite off more than I can chew, but I do kind of want something a little more substantial to really sink my teeth into, but I don't know. That's just kind of where I'm at with video games at the moment. Todd, you ready to get in some news?
Yes.
Let's start with something that would interest you. This is a very Todd specific. I think you'll be excited about this. We now know that Serious Sam 4 will launch on Steam this August. I know you're a big Serious Sam guy.
Are you like fucking like trying to like make fun of me?
No, I'm
Bitch.
not.
No.
I know that you actually really like Serious Sam.
I fucking love Serious Sam. Suck my
I'm not making fun of you. I was excited for you when I saw this.
I have fond memories of that game with my dad, so
yeah, so there is a new trailer for we've known about Serious Sam 4 actually for a little while.
Yeah.
But they've been quiet about it, so it's a prequel to the rest of the series.
Why do they keep doing this? They keep going further back.
I don't know. They've run out of ideas. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm not well versed in the Serious Sam lore.
It's been a while. I'm gonna be honest. It's been a while since I've played them. So
well, you can brush back up, because I guess on Steam now you can. The rest of the series is on sale.
Oh shit!
Now this one, Serious Sam 4, is going to include a co-op mode where up to 4 players can tackle campaign missions and side quests together.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool. Yeah, it's cool. It's kind of resurfaced, new trailer showing off some of the new like enemies and the new enemy types and new weapons and shit. There's something called the Legion system that I'm reading about here, which apparently allows thousands of enemies to exist on the battlefield.
I mean, Serious Sam's always been known for that dumb shit. Because, like, if you've never played a Serious Sam game, that's the one thing they love doing is, like, just at one moment, just like a shit ton of motherfuckers are running at you.
Yeah, so it sounds like that's going to be even more the case.
Stupid.
Yeah, this time around. So I saw that headline. I was like, I got to talk about Serious Sam for Todd's sake. Otherwise, Serious Sam will get no news coverage. We need to touch on that here on the show. But another thing that I know you're excited about, Todd, is Ghost of Tsushima.
Nah, actually, I'm not really. No.
Actually, fuck that game. No, but we got a new State of Play video this week, which was all about Ghost of Tsushima. It was roughly 18 minutes long. We got to see things like they talked about the exploration, combat, and some additional features ahead of that new July 17th release date for the game. So what thoughts, Todd? What do we think about the State of Play?
Now, I'm very happy the way that they're doing the waypoints in the game.
Yes.
So, granted, like, there's still a map, and there's still, like, that, whatever, but the way they're handling, like, the waypoint, also just the HUD in general, it's very clean, very minimal.
Very minimalistic HUD, yeah.
And the way they're handling the waypoint's a fucking gust of wind. Come on. Immersive. I love it.
Yes, so whenever you track something like you would in a typical game where you set a waypoint, I think it's called the guiding wind.
Yeah, the guiding wind.
Rather than having like a big yellow fucking objective marker or something, you can just choose to follow the wind.
There's that really just streamlined, like, little bit of wind. It looks beautiful. Shit, the game just looks fucking gorgeous.
Oh yeah, I think the out of everything that stands out to me about that game, it's the visuals that really.
Yeah. There's still things I'm not understanding about the combat.
Right.
And
right.
I think that's just going to boil down to being in my hands and doing it for myself.
So, we saw some interesting stuff, like exploration stuff. Like they're like, oh, look at the smokestacks, and you'll find,
there's like some like side shit like that. Then there's like like birds will guide you to like shrines, or no, it's foxes that'll guide you to the shrines.
Yeah, the birds can guide you. You can find foxes just out in the world that you can kind of chase down. And
man, there's a lot of just interesting shit. I think I'm gonna be really able to like just live in that world for a while. I can't wait, man. It's definitely one of my most anticipated games.
But talking about like the combat though, that is I think what I came away from this having the most questions about.
I'm not even talking about the stealth. The stealth looked like what I'd want from a stealth, like the stealth aspect of this game. But the actual like sword play is what I'm like, how's that working? Like what were those like yellow dots?
Yes, we pointed that out as we were watching. Yeah, there's a series of like yellow dots, and it said like L1 and R1 to like sort of activate them, but we have no idea what that is.
Now, I'm wondering if those are like the one shots.
I don't know though, because we did see footage of that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm intrigued by the combat. The combat's one of the most intriguing things about this game. And that little granted they spent a good amount of time on I think the combat in general, but it's just like there's too much shit in there. Cuz I was like, fuck.
My theory about the dots is that you remember when we saw that clip. There's basically they showcased like two styles of combat, right? They're like the sort of way of the samurai and the way of the ghost.
Yeah, the way of the
right?
samurai and then the way of the ghost. Yeah.
Yeah, and when we saw the bit of the samurai, he sort of like used like intimidation to do this like one-on-one kind of samurai standoff battle.
Yeah, it was like that. They're really playing on like old samurai movies and shit, and I love it.
To the point where they even included like a visual filter to make the whole game black and white. Yeah,
dude, I don't know if I'd do that, but I kind of thought about it.
You can play the game with this like black and white film grain Japanese voice track. The whole nine
I'm definitely
yards.
playing that. I'm definitely playing that game with a Japanese voice track. I don't give a fuck.
But what I'm curious about in that clip of combat, there's that moment where it slows down, and I'm wondering if maybe that is what that dot represents. The series of dots. Maybe it's a draining time kind of thing.
Maybe.
I don't know. That's just a theory. We don't know for sure what's going on with that. But I'm also curious regarding the stealth gameplay, because that's totally the way I'm going to play the game. Like, is it possible to play this game non-lethally?
Why do you got to be like this, bro?
You know how I like to do. You know how I beat.
How are you supposed to stop the Mongols? Huh?
Stop! Wouldn't that? I think that'd be so cool if you could stop the Mongols non-lethally.
You ain't gonna. You have to kill them.
I mean, maybe. That's fine. If that's the case, that's fine. I'm not like anti-killing.
Let me tell you this right now. Shit like that stopped you from beating Dishonored 2, my boy.
No, that's not what stopped me.
I know, I'm talking shit.
What stuck? I played the entirety of Dishonored 1 that way. I went through a large chunk of Dishonored 2 that way. Other things came out and it slipped through the cracks. But I just feel like if I had the option to play through that game non-lethally, I would. I just don't know that it's going to be possible. I just think it'd be so cool to do these like missions where it's like where he sabotaged that Mongol ship.
Oh, I see, that one can be easily done non-lethally.
If I could do that without ever being spotted, with none of the bodies ever being found, that'd be really cool. You'd be a true ghost. Like, holy shit, like our shit is getting fucked up. We have no idea it is the ghost that's doing it.
That would be terrifying, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I think I made the joke of like, were you about to go Batman on these motherfuckers?
Yeah, so, but whatever. I'm looking forward to it. I will play it stealthily. If it has to be lethal, fine. But I am looking forward to the stealth gameplay. That looked like, when I saw the combat, like the sort of one-on-one combat, I'm like, okay, this looks fine, but that's not really what I'm here for. I'm definitely here for the stealth gameplay. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the exploration. The world is beautiful. I will say that this game is in a weird place, right? And I think Sony kind of knows that this game is in a weird place, because I do feel like Ghost of Tsushima is totally the redheaded stepchild here. Sadly, I think the game looks great, but I think that, like, we kind of... There's something that we go back to sometimes with Seinfeld, where it's like, we already have a George. You know what I mean? This game's... Mm-hmm. I was getting a lot of, like, Horizon vibes. A lot of, like, Far Cry vibes. It's doing some cool new things, but there's a lot of stuff that I've seen in a lot of other games.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm good with that, but it's very, very similar to stuff that already exists in Sony's wheelhouse. The cool thing about Infamous, if you go back to Sucker Punch's previous games, the cool thing about Infamous is there was not anything else like that in Sony's stable of first-party games. This is kind of giving me some Horizon vibes, down to like the crafting that it seems like is going to be in the game, picking up stuff in the world. Like you saw him picking up like bamboo and shit like that. That was totally Horizon, right? And then they have the Mongol encampments, which is another thing that's straight out of like Far Cry or Horizon. I just think we kind of already, like, this itch is kind of already being scratched elsewhere in Sony's stable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that just sort of like, in the same respect of like, even like something like Days Gone is kind of similar to this. And we know that Days Gone is moving ahead as a series. I worry that this game is not really going to capture the audience as well as it probably deserves to, because I think the game's going to be great. But I just worry that we already have a George. This itch is already being scratched for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? I hope I'm wrong. I hope the game's great. I think it will be great. Sucker Punch is another one of those studios. They've never made a bad game. I'm really looking forward to it. So, anyway, July 17th, that comes out. I know you and I already have our copies bought and paid for.
Of course, shit. I got the fucking dynamic theme on my shit right now.
So, we will see how that plays out. But before that game comes out in June, there is The Last of Us Part 2. And to commemorate the release of that game, Sony has revealed a new limited edition PS4 Pro bundle.
All right. Can I say one thing about this before you get into it? If you're a jackass that buys a PS4 Pro at the very ass end of the fucking console era, go fuck yourself.
I'm of two minds on that statement. On one hand, yeah, that's dumb, especially considering that PS5 is going to be completely backwards compatible.
I'm just dumb as hell.
On the other hand, I think this is a really cool looking console.
I don't care for the limited time consoles anymore. I don't. Or the fucking exclusive, like, themed consoles. I just think they're stupid.
I don't usually go for them. It's not Not really my cup of tea either. I would like the controller. I'm not going to lie. I like the controller, but I don't like that they put The Last of Us Part 2 on the touchpad.
Dude, I saw the asinine amount of money for all that shit.
Yeah.
Like what they would sell for like separately. It's like, oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like the control.
Well, yeah, and they're doing like a limited edition headset and stuff like that. And like,
Well, they got the fucking. I like how they're just selling like an external hard drive with it.
Yeah, it's like a 2 terabyte external hard drive that just is on the side.
Last of Us Part 2. It's like, go fuck.
Well, get used to having an external hard drive, because Lord knows you're gonna need one once your PS5 fills up. I don't know. I think this console is a little cool because it is engraved, which I thought was interesting. I don't believe that's ever been done before. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I don't believe we've ever had an officially released engraved console before.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of unique and interesting. And I don't know. I like that. I really like that LE tattoo design thing. I think that's a really cool tattoo design. But it is what it is. This just goes to show, there's no Ghost of Tsushima bundle. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like they're considering, even though The Last of Us is coming out first, I feel like they're really considering this to be.
They're putting all their cards on this game as like the swan song.
This is going to be the real swan song, I think, in Sony's eyes, which is a little strange to me, but it is what it is. But that's PS4.
Ain't gonna be my swan song, but that's whatever.
We'll see what happens. But that's in PS4, though. We are going to be hearing about PS5 very soon, according to Sony CEO Kenichiro Yoshida. He says that the company will be announcing the lineup of PlayStation 5 launch games soon. This does track with recent reports from Jeff Grubb, all hail King Grubb, that Sony will be holding a PS5 event in early June, expecting that the system's launch lineup will be revealed. What do we think? What do we think is going to be revealed as part of the PS5's launch lineup?
I honestly don't know.
Do you think... Because, we've talked about this, how Microsoft has got a lot of studios who are kind of ready to go. They've acquired a ton of new talent and stuff like that. Sony has got a smaller stable of developers, but more storied franchises and more successful franchises. And so when you think about, we've talked about this on the show, a lot of these developers have already come up to bat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where we just got Insomniac with Spider-Man. We're not going to see Spider-Man 2 at launch, for sure.
Okay. God, no. Imagine if we did, though.
There's no way. There's no way. We don't really know what's going on with Guerrilla, other than we know that is now a 2-game studio. And Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is certainly in development. I don't think it's going to be called Horizon Zero Dawn. I think it's going to be Horizon something else. That's in development. I don't know that it's going to be ready for launch. That'd be a pretty incredible launch title if it is ready.
That'd be definitely be a launch title.
I think it will be launch window. I think that's going to be within the first 6 months, but I think that's going to be more. I feel like they're going to have that like March, April, February time, like early 2021 time frame, for 2 reasons. A, because I think that they're really going to be banking on third party for this hardware launch yet again. And B, I think they're going to want something in the early spring to compete with what will almost certainly be, I think, Nintendo's strategy, which I think that's when they're going to release Switch Pro, and that's where they're going to do Breath of the Wild 2. So similarly to how they did Horizon Zero Dawn originally, I think that they're going to push this out to compete with Breath of the Wild 2 on PS5. So that's sort of my thinking. I think that's not going to be ready for launch. I think it'll be launch window. What I do think could be a launch game is Ratchet and Clank 2. I think that could be a really stellar launch title. We know that game is in development. It's long rumored. The first game was a massive success. They released it at a bargain price, which I think they'll do again. I think they'll release, another $40 Ratchet and Clank 2. It was a brilliant strategy. And I think that'd be an amazing launch title to have on PS5 day one. But I mean, we're not going to see anything from Naughty Dog, obviously. We're not going to see anything from Sucker Punch, obviously. I mean, the Sony first parties have already kind of come up to the plate and have released games here recently. So it's like, Kojima's not doing anything on PS5 at launch. So I really feel like the first party lineup is going to be very sparse. Now, there are rumors, substantial rumors, that there could be a new Killzone game brewing. There could be a new Resistance brewing.
Fuck.
So, who knows? I mean, there does need to be some exclusive software.
I enjoyed the Resistance games.
I loved them.
Yeah.
There does need to be some exclusive software available for PS5 at launch just to stay competitive, but I think they are going to, much like they did with PS4's launch, I think they are going to lean on the third-party support. So it's going to be all about, Assassin's Creed Valhalla and whatever this year's Call of Duty is and stuff like that, That's I think that's going to kind of carry the load until early next year when we start to see stuff like Horizon 2 and blah, blah. So, is this going to be the event where we finally see the box?
Maybe.
I think so. How do you talk about a console's launch lineup without showing the box?
They're going to have to start. Either they end it with the box or they start it with the box.
I think you're right about that. But I do think this is going to be the event where we finally get the box. And Jeff Grubb, again, all hail King Grubb, on Twitter.
Bro, get Grubb's dick out your mouth.
Hey, this is not the fucking last time we will be talking about Jeff Grubb in this episode. He has made a name for himself, dude. With this reporting and the rumors and stuff, you gotta, like I said, all hail King Grubb, dude. He's been killing it lately. He will come up later on in the show too. He's the new Jason Schreier. He's the new Oracle. But he sort of speculates that the price is not going to be revealed at this event. He thinks that they're going to hold the price close to the chest for as long as possible. He's like, I think we could go as late as August without hearing the price. And who knows? He might be right because, they're not going to try to reveal that information too early. They want to hold off as long as possible to see what price they can get away with.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. That's going to happen in early June, as far as we know. We don't know an exact date. We just know early June. So it's very possible that within the next, couple of weeks, we may well be talking about PS5 in a very real context. So that's exciting.
About time.
It is about time. Todd, believe it or not, Alan Wake is now 10 years old. Can you believe that shit?
I mean, I can, yeah.
Makes me feel old, man. Makes me feel ancient. I remember selling that game at midnight. All 2 copies of it that I sold.
I remember getting it for free.
You did get it for free. I gave you a free code that I got.
And it was good shit. Love that game.
So this is really more of a PSA than a news bit because to celebrate Alan Wake's 10th anniversary, the game has been added to Xbox Game Pass for Xbox One and PC. So please go play this excellent game. How'd you describe Alan Wake? It's sort of it's a third-person shooter, I guess. But
yeah, I guess.
It's got kind of a Twin Peaks supernatural thriller story to it. Super weird. I really love that game.
Music in that game is fantastic.
Oh, that good Poets of the Fall
Yes.
music there.
Yes.
If you haven't played that game, give it a look. So 2K and Hangar 13, we talked about this last week, but they have now finally, seriously for real this time, revealed the Mafia trilogy. And this is probably a little more complicated than it needs to be because I'm going to go over the details of this. This is convoluted as hell. Okay? This is a collection of all 3 games in the Mafia series. They can be purchased as a bundle, or you can purchase them individually. Okay? That's not super far-fetched. We kind of already knew this, but the first game is confirmed to be being completely remade with a brand new engine, updated script, new cutscenes, added gameplay sequences, and more. But that game is not going to be available until August 28th.
Here's the deal. They actually selling this shit for $29.99 a piece?
Yeah, Mafia 2 and 3, yeah.
But you can get the trilogy for just $60.
Yes.
What do you gotta be stupid just not to just buy the trilogy.
It's true. It's very true. That's kind of the deal. So Mafia 2 and 3, they're kind of getting these definitive edition upgrades that see things like Ultra HD 4K visual enhancements, all the post-launch DLC for both games, etc. Mafia 2 is actually made. It was available right now. And if you already own the game on Steam, or if you have Mafia 3 on Steam, Xbox One, or PS4, your copy will be upgraded to the definitive edition for free. And yeah, like Todd just asked, if you purchase the Trilogy Collection, you can get Mafia 2 and 3 right now, and when the first game comes out on August 28th, you'll get that too. But, yeah, you can get 2 and 3 individually for $30 a piece, but again, when the Trilogy is $60, why wouldn't you just buy that?
It's dumb.
Yeah, just buy that and have access to the first game in August, so... That's kind of the deal with that. There will also be a physical release for the Trilogy Collection on August 28th for $59.99. So that's cool. I'm probably going to pass on... Here's the big wild card here, is if you can only play Mafia 1 as part of the trilogy.
Or if you can buy that one separately. I might buy that one separately.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. If I can get Mafia 1 separately for $30, that's the route I'll go. Because I liked Mafia 2, but, I'm not going to play it again. Mafia 3 I found boring. I'm not going to play that again. But Mafia 1 completely remade from the ground up. I'm interested
more of
in
my
that.
attention. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm curious to see if that's going to be made available separately. There's no word on that yet. And honestly, it would be a pretty shrewd move. I mean, they could totally just be like, fuck you, buy the trilogy. At that point, you will have lost a sale from me. So, this appeals to your interest here, Todd. From Software announced this week that Dark Souls 3 has now surpassed 10 million copies sold, and the entire Dark Souls series has now sold over 27 million units to date. It's a pretty impressive milestone. I've got a statement here from FromSoft on Twitter, where they sort of were celebrating the announcement. They say, quote, "The Dark Souls series has sold over 27 million units to date. We are incredibly grateful to every single one of our players. This success is owed to you. We hope you continue to enjoy our games and look forward to Elden Ring, the new action RPG that's currently in development," end quote.
Fucking cock teases. That's all that fucking is.
You have the audacity.
You have the audacity to mention that game when you've given us nothing? Nothing but some shitty little teaser.
Now we're gonna have to I wonder if this is like an Activision thing, like Activision's is playing it close to the vest, because aren't they publishing Elden Ring as well?
Yeah, they are, and that's why everybody. I remember when everybody saw Activision in the in the fucking teaser, they're like,
"Ah!" Oh no, they're not.
No,
they're actually not. I'm looking at this here.
Is it not?
No, it's being published by Bandai Namco, just like Dark Souls.
Oh no, it was Sekiro that did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I guess we'll release the Miyazaki cut.
So Elden Ring will be good.
We shall see. I'm intrigued by this. I don't know that I knew some of this information I'm seeing here.
About Elden Ring?
Yeah, I'm on the game's Wikipedia page. There's not much on the Wikipedia page, but I feel like this is new information to me.
To you, maybe.
Yeah, you probably know about this.
To you, you pathetic little bitch.
I knew about horseback riding and combat and that the game is going to be large scale. I did not know that Elden Ring will not feature populated towns with NPCs.
Yeah, I knew about it.
With the world having numerous dungeon-like ruins in place of them instead. So this is going to be like a ruined world.
Yep.
Interesting. I like that.
Bro, this game, just the shit I'm reading, has the potential to dethrone Bloodborne for me. You understand me?
The potential.
The potential.
It is impressive, by the way. So these obviously 27 million units, that's nothing to sneeze at. And this actually is not including, Bloodborne, of course, your favorite game of all time. It also does not include the sales for Demon's Souls. This is strictly the 3 games in the Dark Souls trilogy.
Yeah.
So pretty impressive stuff, especially when you consider that these are not casual games. These games are not for everybody. You know what I mean?
What's funny is like I've given my ranking of those games. But like dead ass, I still prefer it to this day. It's like Bloodborne's my number one, then Dark Souls is like right there, like right under it.
It's interesting when you consider like just the influence that this franchise has had.
Oh, dude, the Souls likes are unreal right now.
Well, even like
Actually,
you can feel ripples through many things.
Yeah, other games have taken inspiration as well. Just not even like Souls likes and per se.
Well, I mean, like you could make the argument that without Dark Souls, Breath of the Wild probably wouldn't be the same game it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are a lot of games that I think are directly influenced by this series. So really cool to see that that the sales match that. And Dark Souls 3 accounting for like over a third really of the total sales is interesting too.
I'm not surprised by that. Once Souls went mainstream, everybody and their mother.
Once Souls went mainstream. So is that a thing? You feel like Souls has gone mainstream?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Really?
Come on.
What do you think was the tipping point?
I think it would be like shit. I do think Bloodborne actually did help that. I think I talked about that a while back on the show. I think a lot of people played Bloodborne, and then that really had everybody go back and like, oh, we played Dark Souls.
Hey, you might have another chance to play Bloodborne because the rumor is that it's coming to PC.
Why? Why would I play it on PC?
For that fucking improved visuals, frame rate.
Who gives a shit? Who cares? Gives a fuck.
I don't know, man.
Play the game. I already platinum that shit.
You don't think you'd give it a replay on PC?
No, I don't give a shit. I've played the amount of hours I've put into that fucking game. I'm done.
Hang on. One more word. Mods.
Yeah, I'm gonna go around, play around, like you sit there and swing a fucking anime girl as the Moonlight Greatsword.
Yes.
Fucking stupid.
Anyway, impressive Dark Souls numbers. Always gotta tip your hat to Dark Souls. Influential series. Anyway, moving in probably the most opposite direction possible. They have revealed some new power-up packs for Lego Super Mario, which will allow you to change Mario's costume. Now, I've been very deeply kind of disturbed by the Lego Mario concept really since its inception. This is the first time I've actually kind of been like, damn, I think I'm probably going to wind up buying this. Because these are just... there's 4 sets here, where it's basically the Fire Mario suit, the Propeller Mario suit, the Cat Mario suit from Mario 3D World, and the Builder Mario suit. And these all have like different functionality in the stupid like starter course. I don't care about that. I just want to have that figure, that just disturbing Mario figure, and the suits. That's all I want. Like, I wish there was a way for me to just buy Mario. But yeah, so they have different functionality with, apparently, and it's as you expect, the Fire Mario suit, you can throw fireballs at the enemies, you tilt the figure forward, and imaginary fireballs come out. This is hilarious to me. The Propeller Mario suit allows Mario to fly and collect coins from midair. Well, you know what else allows Mario to fly? Me just physically lifting him in the air. Like, I don't understand the concept behind this game, but behind this idea. Can't I just, like, if I'm holding Mario physically, can't I just physically take him and move him to the end of the course? And just be like, hi, like, I beat the course now in 1 second. Like, I don't know, it seems like a strange concept to me. Obviously it's for children, but I'm just like, I don't know, man. This is the kind of thing, if you were a kid, do you think this would be appealing to you?
No.
I don't know. I don't know that it would be to me either. I think when I was a kid, I would like see right through this. Like, I'm not going to sit there and make him go through a little stupid course.
I mean, one fucking fad that I'm like happy I was like too old for is like, what was that stupid shit? Like the Disney Infinity and like Skylander bullshit.
Oh, sure. The Toys to Life.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I don't know. It was a cool idea. Of course, I have a disgusting amiibo collection, but I don't even really collect amiibo for that aspect.
Yeah, you just like them.
I just like them as, really high quality Nintendo merchandise. But
It's got a good backdrop whenever we just do like live action shit.
So I like to keep them like in a museum. But I will say there are some games that make good use of them, and it is nice to have my complete amiibo collection when the need arises. But yeah, I never really jumped on the Toys to Life train. I think it's an interesting idea, but just like anything else really that's peripheral based, it's a fad that goes away, right? Possibly the biggest news of the week that I wanted to end the show with here, Todd. One of the few certainties in this life is this. Immediately after we record an episode of Nerd Bourbon, major news must follow the next day. And that certainly is what happened this week in the form of Paper Mario, the Origami King. Immediately made me think of Heavy Rain. I'm looking for the Origami Killer. So Nintendo announced this game out of like absolutely nowhere. We've got a trailer for it. It's coming out extremely soon, July 17th. It's not even 2 months away. I don't know. Have you ever played a Paper Mario game?
No, I've not.
Oh my god. I'm pretty pumped about this, I'm not going to lie. So, this game's development, it's been rumored for the better part of like a year now. Kind of looks like it's going to be a return to form for the series in a lot of ways, because the past few releases are kind of like, they haven't really landed. Like Color Splash was a little bit better, but famously Sticker Star, like that game is just universally hated. Like that game just sucks. And so this one kind of looks like it's going back to the kind of like Thousand Year Door GameCube style of Paper Mario. And that's good. That's a good thing. We're finally getting like partner characters again, it looks like. We don't have a stupid... So let me explain this to you, Todd. Paper Mario Sticker Star, the way combat worked in that game is that there were collectible kind of like stickers, and your actions in combat were based on how many of them you had to burn. So even to do a basic attack, you could run out basically of basic attacks. This isn't Mario. This motherfucker jumps. He was originally named Jumpman, for fuck's sake. And there was a limited amount of times you could use the jump action in combat. It's shit like that. It was not a good combat system. Color Splash was a step in the right direction, but now with Origami King, they're doing this really interesting thing, this gameplay mechanic. I don't know if you watched the trailer, but the combat looks like it takes place on a series of wheels, and you it's almost like a little mini puzzle when you're in combat to line up the enemies properly to do maximum damage to them.
Okay.
It actually looks kind of interesting. So, this, again, Jeff Grubb over at VentureBeat, All Hail King Grubb, reports that this is actually one of many games that Nintendo has ready to go for a very, kind of quick announcement to release turnaround. So, he mentions that Pikmin 3 Deluxe is ready to go. A port of Pikmin 3 for the Wii U. Basically, ready to go. Super Mario 3D World Deluxe and the rumored 3D Mario remasters, he believes, will all be announced in this fashion, just sort of shadow dropped for a very quick release turnaround. I don't know what to make of this. He says that Paper Mario, this strategy kind of worked for Nintendo, and that they're going to be employing it again. We don't know when, of course, but he also says that no Nintendo Direct is currently in development. This is where I think the interesting discussion lies.
Oh, no.
So, Grubb reports that Nintendo has communicated to developer partners not to hold on to even their big announcements. Because, they'll sometimes hold on to their announcements and make, deals where it's like, hey, we'll announce your game with a Nintendo Direct. There'll be a lot of eyes on it and stuff like that. But they have told them right now, they're like, oh, hey, don't worry about that. If you have a big announcement, go ahead and announce it, because we do not have a Nintendo Direct planned right now. So he sort of goes on to report that if one is coming at all, the Direct likely will not be until late summer at the earliest. This is likely due to scrapping the planned June Direct. But this begs the question, Todd, with no Direct currently in the works, clearly, And with this sort of Paper Mario strategy clearly working well, and Nintendo is more than likely going to employ it again, the trailer at the time of this recording is sitting at almost 5 million views on YouTube. It's a lot of eyes. Could this possibly signal the end of Nintendo Directs?
Nah.
Don't think so?
I don't even give a shit about them.
So Jeff Grubb, he says that he believes that Directs aren't dead. They're just currently on hold. But I personally, gun to my head, I don't think that they're gone either. But when I think Nintendo Directs are just so successful, but I think there is compelling evidence to say that maybe they are, because think of it this way: Reggie has retired. He's no longer with Nintendo. Mr. Iwata has passed away. Basically, the two major personalities of Nintendo Directs have long since gone. That's sort of one thing to consider. There's also the fact that, kind of logistically, if you can release a trailer out of nowhere like they've done with Paper Mario here, and say, hey, by the way, here's a trailer. We've built up a lot of hype with this trailer. The game's already available for pre-order. It'll be fucking out in less than 2 months. That is a really good way to get people hyped up about the game. I know people who did not give a shit about Paper Mario that are buying the Origami King just out of sheer excitement. You know what I mean?
Wow.
This is an exciting thing to do, and it's almost more effective than announcing it in a direct. So that sort of makes you think.
I mean, the trailer is more accessible than watching like a 20-minute to 40-minute direct.
Right. Well, and it's more easy to pick up on like a news headline. It's more like digestible, you know?
Yeah.
I would be personally really disappointed if directs go away. And you also have to consider Sony and Microsoft have stolen the thunder. Not successfully, but they have both.
They never did it just right. But yeah, they have the state of play and shit, yeah.
But they have the state of play, and now Xbox is doing the Xbox 2020 and all that shit, and Inside Xbox. I mean, they've essentially stolen the idea of the direct, and Nintendo is never one to stay still for long. They've been doing directs for a long time, but it makes me wonder if they might not try a new format. I don't know. I don't personally think they will. I think directs have been successful. I hold in my heart of hearts that I think directs will continue. I think we'll probably see one in like August or September with kind of more solid news. There's the rumor of like a 2D Metroid coming out and stuff like that, and there's rumors of like a new Mario Kart and stuff on in development. But I don't know. It does sort of feel strange. This paper, people have pointed out, especially with the way that the Paper Mario trailer ends, it looks like they deadass cut it out of the planned June Direct. Like, with just the way it ends, like, it's kind of a hard cut. And it actually just, like, feels like it was lifted out of a Direct. You can almost hear the voiceover in your head when you're watching the trailer. So, I don't know. Either way, I'm really looking forward to the game. It's been too long since we've had a good Paper Mario game. Cool strategy. The game's coming out soon. My copy's already bought, paid for, preloaded. Very ready for it. How interesting, by the way. So this game was announced, and I'll end the show with this little nugget here. Just a little fun fact. This game was announced on May 14th, okay? Just randomly on May 14th, at like 8 o'clock in the morning. This game was announced the same day that Bug Fables, which is an indie game but is very much, very, very much a Paper Mario clone, went up for pre-order. So, could it be a coincidence, or could it be Nintendo being like, hey, Paper Mario clone, fuck you. We're going to steal your thunder.
You trash game? No.
Very, very interesting. I will be playing both. I have both of them pre-purchased. I'm looking forward to comparing and contrasting Nintendo's official Paper Mario game to this little indie team who was like, hey, there's no good Paper Mario game. Why don't we just make one?
We'll make our own with blackjack and hookers.
Basically, yeah. So, anyway, looking forward to it. I'm a big Paper Mario fan. I don't know. I wonder if you would like it. I don't know that it's necessarily your style.
No.
I think you're more of like a...
No.
I feel like you're more of the action RPG kind of guy.
Yes.
I don't know that you've ever really... The last time you played a turn-based RPG had to have been like Stick of Truth, probably, right?
Like, and actually beat it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just, I don't think you're big into the turn-based RPGs.
They bore me, to be honest.
I love a good turn-based RPG, man.
I need fluid combat. I
Uh,
need to constantly be moving. I need to feel the weight of the blade.
God. Anyway, Todd, that's all I've got this week. Is there anything you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
That's about it, man.
Release the Snyder Cut. Anyway, thanks for listening, folks. We'll catch you next time. Get fucking dunked on. Bye.
See ya.